So last week I made a video on Verlisify. Little did I know, I made that video shortly after Hoodlum Scrafty made a very similar video. So I'm going to talk about it. So originally this was going to be a kind of reaction video along with my last one. But one, that would be way too close to Leafy's style. Two, I've already seen it. And three, that is way too close to stealing. And
put your hands where I can see it. Put your hand where I can see it. Put it up on the steering wheel. Don't move. Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
yeah, I don't want that anymore. Okay, so just a disclaimer in case I haven't said it yet. When I made my last video, I haven't seen Hoodlum Scrafty's video. In case anything I said was repeated in his video, well, that I repeated, yeah, I made that video without knowing that that video existed. I only knew about it before I uploaded. And I haven't even seen it before I uploaded. So that's that, let's just get on with it. So as I said before, I have seen the video, and it is split up into sections. So what you can do, if you haven't seen the video, or you want to watch it as I talk about it, there's a link in the description. I'll let you know when I'm talking about a certain section, to make it convenient. Of course you don't have to, that's just a recommendation. So the first section in the video is his attacks on others. So he first talks about Ray and Wolf, how he said that they had hacked Pokemon because he didn't like certain things about them. Wolf said something about one of his videos. He was just asking a question, an honest question. He wasn't really offending him in any way, but apparently Verlisify took it to offense and said he had a hacked Raichu, which, you know, I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but that video was solely because of what Wolf did. He then goes on and talks about when Verlis attacked Ray when he was announced commentator for Worlds. His argument is that he once had a Aegislash that had a Pokeball that cannot be normally obtained for an Aegislash, because it was a 5th gen Pokeball on a 6th generation Pokemon. So that was his argument, because he used that at the tournament. He said he should have known better. He wasn't calling him out for hacking, he just basically says he should have known better if he didn't hack. So that Aegislash is clearly hacked. The Raichu not so much, but it very well could be. So here's my argument if they are indeed both not 100% legit. These are both really well-respected players. They both have very nice reputations. If you play for that long, obviously you're going to do a lot of trading. When you do a lot of trading, not everyone plays legit. And you can't know 100% of everything while you play the game. All you do is breeding. You're not going to know that the Dream Ball doesn't exist in 6th generation, or maybe you just don't notice. You don't care about Pokeballs. All you want is a nicely bred Pokemon that you can use in battle. So you just know that this is a good Pokemon to use. And maybe Wolf had that Raichu and he just was like, well, maybe he accidentally placed it in a box where only legit Pokemon are, and he just didn't know. Maybe it is hacked. But there's a lot of things that could happen. If you play for that long, stuff like that's going to happen. You don't know everything, okay? It's just like, it doesn't matter. And as for Wolf being a hacker, just because he has a bunch of shiny. Now, as for his comment about Tamashi, it wasn't really that sexist. His claim was that she was a female J-Wits, and then they go on to claim that that was a sexist comment. Which, you know, not really. It was really just a poor choice of words, in my opinion. He could have said a J-Wits clone, but, you know, he didn't. And it's not a big deal. Now, you want to know what is sexist? That cam girl comment. Not saying he's not sexist, I was just saying that that comment in particular wasn't. This one, make up your own mind. It's not that hard. Now to list off the countless claims about Verlisify being a hypocrite. Let's see, we have that he does it for the publicity and the money. That's why he calls out Smogon and hates on it. He doesn't do it because he genuinely believes that Smogon is wrong, but because, well, I mean, it gets views and it gets publicity and money. Why else, right? He hates hackers, and when he receives a Pokemon that is hacked from a fan, he goes out and says, hey, can I use this in my video and say I legitimately bred it? Now, it's one thing to hack, and another to receive a hacked Pokemon and say that you legitimately got it yourself, you bred it for hours and hours and hours, and hey, you got a shiny Pokemon with perfect IVs, right? No, that's hypocritical. I mean, there's hackers, and then there are people who hack and say they do it legit, which is apparently what you're just doing right here. It's just like, no. I mean, in the chat, he literally says that he is being a hypocrite. He doesn't want this out, but it's out, apparently. So, I agree with their claim that it's okay to use power saves and Pokegen if the people you battle with understand this. If you don't go online and battle with some random person, or if you do, they know. They are aware and they are okay with it. That's pretty much it. Okay, you know what? No, that's not pretty much it. Because Verlis attacked Ray because he was going to be a commentator in Pokemon Worlds, right? And he, in the video, says that he would make a much better choice. Why that's wrong is because, yeah, maybe you don't hack, I mean, that's not really true at all, but maybe you don't hack, and maybe he did, in fact, use a not 100% legit Pokemon. But here's the facts. He is a well-respected member in the Pokemon community, whereas you are Verlisify. So his next section is stealing. And, you know, I don't really have much to say about this one. He first claims that he stole the roulette thing that he uses. I don't watch too many of his videos. I know who he is, and I do watch a few, but not too many. I know what it is, but he claims that he stole it because he didn't use it with good intent. And to me, I mean, he did alter it, and I suppose that it pretty much could be classified in parody, which, you know, obviously doesn't always have good intent. And either way, you did get a subswipe from it, so how can it be ill intent? He did it to irritate you, but that's just about it. I'm pretty sure a lot of creators get irritated from parody. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Now we're going to get into the really, really bad stuff. So he took this guy called Glink's, his picture of Poplio, and used it in his thumbnail. And he doesn't credit him until he goes out and says, hey, you didn't credit me. And then he says, okay, I'll just credit you here. But by that point, it was already too late. The views have gone away, as he says in the video. I mean, it's already too late. He's not going to get any recognition from it. And it's just in the description. It doesn't say this artwork's by this. He just puts it in the description. So he doesn't get sued or something. I don't know. It's too late. It doesn't qualify. So finally, the last thing he does is he takes ideas from his friends. They go out and say, hey, why don't you use this set on one of your how to use videos? And then he's like, sure, I'll use that set. That sounds really good. And then he makes it, and he doesn't credit them. His friends go out to him and say, hey, why'd you do that? He's like, I already credited you in my last video. I don't think that's how it works. I'm just saying. Okay, so anyways, here's what I think about it. Yes, it is very wrong. About the picture that he stole, you know, it could have just been a mistake, but honestly, it probably isn't. He just probably didn't care. It's not that hard to credit people, as he once said, but, you know, he doesn't, and that's pretty much wrong. But, you know, everyone makes mistakes. Just gotta... You know what? I don't think I can defend this guy anymore. I think it's too late for him. So the next section in the video is about Verlisify lying. And you know what? A lot of this is also very true. He told his fan base that he was sorry for all his drama and everything. We all know how that turned out. Anyways, yeah, a lot of this stuff is true. He told on Twitter, a fan, that he should drink base liquids and said, no, I didn't say you should drink bleach. I mean, egg whites are base liquids. No, you meant bleach. And also, he said he was undefeated when he would have won if he wasn't timer stalled against. Well, why didn't you say I would have won if I wasn't timer stalled against? No, you said I'm undefeated. I went undefeated in this tournament, which is an absolute lie. You could say I would have been undefeated if I wasn't timer stalled against. How hard is that? I mean, also they say that it wasn't really timer stalled, which it could have been. I mean, some judges are stupid. I go to wrestling tournaments, and some judges are just like, that those weren't locked. Those hands weren't locked. No, but those hands that are 2 feet away from each other, they are locked hands. No. Yeah, judges aren't always 100% on that. But if they do say that that is not timer stall, then it's not timer stall, and you lose. That's how it works. You lost, and you didn't go undefeated. That is a 100% lie. He blamed the Smogon drama on his breakup with his girlfriend, which is just an absolute lie. That is not how it works. And he makes things up out of jealousy against other YouTubers. All of this stuff really isn't that true that he says. I mean, some of it is, but, stretched out a little bit. Some of it isn't at all. And some of it is just like flat out. That's how it works. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, I already said about what I thought about when he told Fan to drink base liquids. Only thing I left out was that they say that he meant egg whites, which is not at all what he said. He said that he didn't mean bleach, because he said base liquids in general, and egg whites he used as an example. He didn't say egg whites, he just used it as an example. But obviously he did, in fact, mean bleach, because we're not stupid. And I already said what I thought about him going undefeated, about judges can be stupid, but he did in fact lie. And the fact that he makes things up out of jealousy, that really explains a lot. Because a lot of the stuff he says is very sketchy and just like, that doesn't really add up. Because you say this, but if you look at him deep, it doesn't really add up. Nothing makes sense. And how do you think in any way that Smogon drama is responsible for your girlfriend being like, hey, I don't want to be with you, or however it went down, maybe you didn't want to be with her. I don't see how that, or even if it did, it's your choice to be involved in the Smogon drama. I mean, I just don't know how you come up with that. And about him being sorry, I mean, maybe he was genuine and then he just forgot. Maybe the real Verlisify took over and was like, oh my god, I didn't even notice I was doing that. And then he became possessed again. And it was like, Smogon drama everywhere. That's all I can think about. That's really everything that makes sense. So time for me to say my final thoughts on this video. And basically everything that Hoodlum Scrafty said at the very end is pretty much right. I mean, we don't like what kind of content Verlisify is making now. No one else is going to subscribe unless they are completely oblivious to this and just hate Smogon. It gets some views, it gets some money. But you know what else? He already has all the subscribers he needs to be relevant, okay? You've done it, okay? Just stop. We want the old Verlisify back. Wait. Play the Poke Rap backwards.
Gotta catch 'em all. Yeah. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Yeah. Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon.
Oh my. This all makes sense. Pokemon's planned this from the beginning. Of course, how could we not have seen this? Obviously, they have a demon that goes around to all of the good PokeTubers, and then it corrupts them. It makes them involved in the worst thing that the community of Pokemon has ever seen. Drama. And then once they start talking about it, it builds their popularity. And once their popularity builds, everyone knows who they are involved in the Pokemon community. How could we not have seen this before? We are all so blind. But no, not anymore. Okay, I know exactly what we have to do now. We have to get every single cross in the world and like 40 exorcists. We have to find out where Verlisify lives, okay? And then, once we find out where he lives, we're going to make sure he's in the house. And we're going to plant like 40 different crosses on top of his house. And then every other cross we're just going to plant in a spiral, like a perfect circle around his house. Okay? We're like plant in the dirt. Okay? Or concrete. We'll find a way. Okay? Because this is a really big deal. We are not messing with a normal demon. This is like 20 different demons because he has several different personalities. He's never the same person. He's never on the same topic. He always switches stuff. He always changes things. And there's only one explanation. Demons. Or aliens. Oh my. No. Anyways. So we'll get the 40 pastors to do each of them an individual exorcism all at once, okay? One after the other. Right after, okay? And then after that, we get the exorcist to perform an exorcism in unison all around the house. I don't know if he lives in a house or an apartment. I don't know how we're going to do this. But after this, the demon will leave. And once the demon leaves, we'll get the crappy female Ghostbusters to catch the demon. And they will send that thing back to where it belongs so it doesn't possess anybody else. Seems logical. So my last words are, I just want the old Verlisify back. I'm not crazy, and my phone probably vibrated like 50 times because Verlisify just keeps tweeting. You know, come to think of it, this is a really good idea for ladies who can't afford a certain item, just to set their phone to vibrate every time Verlisify tweets. Wink wink. So yeah, I just want to thank y'all for watching, and if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you didn't like the video, then why the hell are you still here? And it would be really nice if you subscribed. Oh no, they found me. Gotta get out of here, gotta get out of here.
What you say? That you only meant well, 'cause you did. What you say? That it's all